All right, we're going to do a little product unboxing and installation review for you. We've got the Pet Safe Smart Door made for a large dog between 7 pounds and 100 pounds. That's quite a substantial range to be a large dog. I'm sure it was supposed to say 70 pounds, or at least that's what I imagine. But anyway, the box says it's marked for 7 to 100 pound dogs, which is what we've got. Here's the door we just installed. See if I can get back far enough you can see it. This is a Thermal-Tru, as I recall, Therma-Tru door. We purchased at Lowe's the other day, painted it with some Valspar paint, installed some quick set hardware, and now we're ready to put a door in. A pet door in the door. A door in a door. Isn't that something? Okay, well, what we're going to do first is probably, from the ones I've done in the past, we'll take the package that this was delivered in, the Amazon box, or possibly the smaller profile box that the actual doors was delivered in. And the first thing we're going to do, because we're trying to keep the mess down to a minimum, is we're going to take this box. Sorry, excuse the bad angles. I'm not using any of my camera equipment today. And we're going to do something kind of like so. We are going to tape this box onto the door, and we're going to put a little hole in it and put a vacuum attached to it to try to suck the dust. And then we're going to go to the outside of the house, and we're going to take an old saw blade that we don't mind getting ruined, because this door will absolutely ruin a saw blade. I don't care what kind of blade you put on there. The glass in the fiberglass will wear down any blade, unless you're going to use a diamond blade, which I don't recommend. That's just way more dust than it's worth. Anyway, we're going to cut it from the outside. We're going to mark it outside. We're going to cut it from the outside and put a vacuum on the inside box. So all the dust that's thrown up will be inside the box, inside the vacuum, or it'll be outside just free floating. Wear your mask, wear your safety gear, wear anything you think you need, and then some. Wear it, use it. Don't be dumb. All right, here we go. I'm going to get this taped up, and I will check back in as soon as I get that put together. In the meantime, I will open this up and kind of show you what we've got here. So this is the electronic pet doggy door. Trying to hold the camera and open this at the same time. I didn't bring my tripod. I didn't bring my stabilizer. All right. That is kind of what we're working with there. And it is big. Okay, we'll check back in shortly. All right, I've got the vacuum hooked up. I'm just using a little old 18-volt vacuum. Had this thing for years, starting to wear out. It's got a 6.0 20 amp hour or 20 volt battery on it, 6 amp hour. Got the box taped up relatively airtight, pretty snug on there. You can see when you turn the vacuum on whether or not it will hold a vacuum. I don't know if you can see that. So it gets a pretty good vacuum. It sucks that box in real well. I'm going to go to the outside where I've attached my outline, my stencil. I'm going to take my circular saw with an old steel cutting blade on it and get to making some dust. Make sure you turn the vacuum on, obviously, before you get out there and start working. But I've done that before. Leave the vacuum in here, hook it up, think you're in good shape, and you walk inside and realize you forgot to turn it on, and the whole house is full of fiberglass dust. So anyway, I'll check back in as soon as I start cutting out there. Or once I finish cutting, probably. All right, we got the door installed a couple days ago, actually. The one issue I had with my door, or this particular door, this is for a customer, there was a gap between the dog door and the door itself, so I cut these little 3/8 of an inch thick vinyl strips off of some vinyl trim I purchased from Lowe's for about $6. It was more than enough to do inside and outside. Anyway, cut them into the thickness that it would take to match this, which happened to be exactly 3/8 of an inch. Just slid them in there. There's no fasteners holding these in. Tighten the door screws down just enough to hold them in there, and then caulked them in with a good interior exterior stretchable caulking, and I don't think I'll have any issues with it. And that is actually necessary on this door for weatherproofing, because on the outside water could easily go between the door and the doggy door and go back into the house. So it really did need to be caulked, especially being on a southern facing wall here. Dog's been using it. This particular dog caught onto it in just a couple seconds. Most dogs take a couple of days to really get where they're comfortable with it, or at very least take several coaxings to get them in and out of these doors before they realize they're not going to get hurt by the door. So there she is. It is the pet safe door, electronic. It works well. We did dial in the sensitivity, which the instructions will show you how to do that, but there's a sensitivity dial here that you just put your thumb on, and you can turn the dial up more sensitive or less for the dog's collar to determine how close the dog needs to get before this thing unlocks. Works well, the dog likes it, and so far no complaints. We'll see what the customer says in another month or two, but as of here, I'm definitely recommending this door. I would say the door quality, I'd give it at least a 4 out of 5. My only issue was that it doesn't appear to be a very weatherproof door as far as the perimeter of the door. It just seems like you'd have to have a perfectly flat door for this thing to be remotely weatherproof, and then you're still going to have to caulk it. And if you have a door like this one that has any kind of variation in the surface height, you're going to have to caulk it or find a filler strip like what we did here. Other than that, I'm very pleased with the weatherproofness of the door itself. I do feel a breeze coming through there when the wind blows, and it's noticeable enough that the customers have said something about that, but I don't think there's much of any way you're going to avoid having some breeze come through. So there we go. I hope this was helpful to you. I do like this door. Bought it on Amazon. I will try to get a link below for you for this door. This one easily accommodates a very large breed of dog. I think the dog that's going in and out of here weighs about 80 pounds, so it'll easily do that much. All right, thanks for watching. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe. And if you're planning on buying one of these doors anyway, if you'll use our affiliate link in the description below to find this listing, it won't cost you any money, but it'll certainly help us out. So we would certainly appreciate it if you're going to buy anything on Amazon and you liked our video. If you'll click that affiliate link first, it would help us. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.